Brock,
Yes.
tell me, who had the fun house in your neighborhood?
Truth. Mm-hmm. It was our house.
Of course it was.
Do you want to know? And honestly, do you want to know why? Because we have a pool table.
No,
Oh, yes.
seriously? No, just look at your kitchen also.
Oh yeah, I'm home. I used to have breakfast right there every single morning. Life cereal.
We used a cinnamon life cereal, Brock.
You better believe it, cinnamon. Yeah.
Come on.
That's the fun house. That's a fun house if I've ever heard one. Who was the fun house in your neighborhood?
Colin and Delaney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not ours. They were twins. The Bradleys, because they had the game consoles. So we played monkey ball, and they had the big screen TV. They also had a pool. They didn't have a pool table, but they had a pool.
A pool, because Los Angeles, of course, yeah.
Yes, they just had honestly, their house wasn't even like nicer than ours in any way. You know, I grew up like lower middle class, like Van Nuys, if anyone knows what Van Nuys is. It's in the valley. So it wasn't anything fancy, but it was just simply funner.
Oh, I love that. Maybe I need to go to Colin and Delaney. I need to check out their house next time. Okay.
Yeah, Colin, you go visit Colin in New York right now. Shout out the Bradleys. Shout out Nancy and Steve. And this is all to say, today we are recapping episode 118, The Fun House, and we have an extremely special guest. Mm-hmm. We have the one, the only Priscilla Ciarlelli, Brock's mom, more commonly referred to between me and Brock as just mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the name I give her. Cannot wait. She's going to be sitting right here next to me in the kitchen where I had cinnamon life cereal every morning before I went to school. All of that, honey, and so much more. So, Critics' Choice Award winner Eden Sher, let's get to middling. I'm gonna throw that you're a winner every episode. Where is your Critics' Choice Award?
It's upstairs, not next to the Emmy, my husband's Emmy, not there. It's hidden. In fact, actually, I think my kids broke it. They broke part of it. Actually, that can't be right. They're not strong enough to do that. It must have dropped. I don't know what happened, but part of it chipped off, of course.
I'm going to need to see it at some point in our lives.
I'll bring it down.
Okay. So that's all that and so much more. So let's get to middling officially right now. Welcome to Middling with Eden and Brock, where Eden and I break down an episode of The Middle each and every week.
So Eden, exciting.
I'm home. I'm in the place I grew up in.
It looks like it.
I have a question. When you were traveling the nation, your one-woman show, where in the plane did you sit?
It depended on where I was going. If I was going someplace, like when I flew to Phoenix, and I was like, no way am I paying for a first class ticket to be in the air for 45 minutes.
Sure.
Like, that's nuts. So no. But if I was flying to like Boston, when I had enough points, I would, I'd fly first.
Well, here's the thing. I am economy through and through. So the way people behave in the back of the plane is a lawless land. There is certain back of the plane behavior that just truly will never not surprise me. Let me tell you. I'm sitting in row 36C, by the way. I'm an aisle seat person. The way row 42 stood up and tried to cut me, not only row 40, 39, 38, 30, all those rows, because they're trying to exit first. Appalling. The baby that won't stop screaming.
Tell me more.
And then the most appalling is the people, the stewardess, the captain. It's very clear. The sign's illuminated. There's a million things. Like, seatbelts on, you're in your seat. But then because, again, economy, I'm near the back of the plane, that people think that, like, I'm close enough. I'm just going to stand during this turbulence and go to the bathroom anyway. And the stewardess has to be like, no, you're not special. Go sit. Lawless. And I need everyone on this podcast to know that I might be sitting in the lawless land, but I conduct myself like I'm in economy plus.
You absolutely, you are, I can tell, you're a classy, like efficient plane dweller. I know, I know, because at the beginning of my tour, I will say I was strictly economy, and it took one flight. It was my flight to Minneapolis or from Minneapolis that I was just like, yeah, this is lawless. This person's hand is on my tray, like it's on. And I also am an aisle seat person, and they were just had their hand. I was trying to sleep on my tray, and I was like, do I have a pillow next to me? And I just like turned my head, and I was like, that is an elbow. That is a strange person's elbow. That is insane. You need to get your, and I guess they didn't realize, because I was like, and I sort of like just adjusted my shoulder, like just try to get their arm off of my, you know,
a gentle shove. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, sorry. But I was like, what are you thinking? We have like 18 inches per person. Don't get up in my 18 inches. Can you please?
That is back of the plane behavior.
Also, I will say,
please.
I just want to say that one time I saw a flight attendant make an announcement. I saw them run like furrowed brow and just like scurry to the front of the plane and take the little announcement thing and say, hi, quick announcement. Please, there is a designated area in the bathroom to change if your baby diapers need to be changed. Please do not change your diaper in the seat or in the aisle. Please go to the bathroom, go to the restroom, whatever. There is a changing table. Thank you very much. Click off, and I was like, who the hell?
Sprinting down the aisle to the megaphone.
Because I was like, that is an announcement for obviously one person. An immediate announcement for that one person. But
final airplane story. This was like over the summer. Right when we take off, I fall asleep, and usually I'm good at like mouth closed, just like down here. I was full like. I woke myself up from the snores, from like literal like breathing out of my mouth, and I leaned over and I was half on. I was displaying back of the plane behavior on the person next to me asleep, and I pop back up and I'm like, so sorry, thanks, and I continue the flight. We have another 2 hours, and then we're getting ready to exit the plane, and what do they say? I love the middle. And that's when I was like, I need to make sure that the little flaps of the headrest are up to keep myself in my 18 inches.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Also planes. Eden, we had a blast. This is a couple weeks now ago when this is releasing, but we filmed it last Sunday. We had such a blast with Lyndon Smith, who is a class act, by the way, with our live watch.
She's such a special person. Such a special person. We had such a good time. And I actually have a quick announcement that I would like to make, because I talked about it on the live watch. But I also really do need to plug this right now. I have officially launched a Kickstarter to try and film a special for my one-woman show, aptly named I Was on a Sitcom. It is a very special show to me. Brock, I feel like, kind of test. It's really cool. It's a great show. And if I didn't get to fly either coach or first class your city, and you didn't get to see me, if you want an opportunity to see it, please consider giving to my Kickstarter. It is the link in the bio to all of my to all of my socials. You can also go to edensharelive.com, and the Kickstarter is right there. It's there. There are a lot of fun rewards. I think I would pick the tier where I can record a little cameo for you.
Oh yeah. Because there's different like options of like, if you donate this amount, you get this. If you do this, you get a little bit more. It's really exciting, and I don't want this to sound patronizing or anything, but like I want you to know. I was, after you left my house on Sunday, and I was talking to Cameron. We went to dinner. I was like, God, I'm so proud of you. I hope you know that. Like you're doing the damn thing, because it's so hard to do anything in this industry. Here's my soapbox. And like you're actually doing it, and I think it's really exciting. Like you're raising this money to make it. You want it to look good, because a lot of people, whoever's seen it, which I know a lot of our listeners have seen it, it's really nice, and you want to give them a level of quality that your viewers deserve, which is, which costs money, right? You were telling me how it's going to work, and you're like, I want these cameras so it looks really nice. I want it to be out in the world because I want people to see it, because if I didn't go to their city, like, that's the reason you're doing this. And I think I'm very proud of you, Eden Sher. I really am.
Thank you so much, Brock. I honestly couldn't do it without your constant moral support. And literal support. You do so much work for this podcast. You do so much work. You do a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of me being like, oh, Brock, I'm so pissed. I'm so stressed about this one thing. And you just be like, honey, you're okay. Or you'll tell me a story about how you're also stressed. And I'll be like, oh, thank God.
We can commiserate together.
Yeah.
Also in that live watch, I was rewatching the video from us. Did you realize in the moment, honey, you couldn't be farther in my lap. You were a lap dog. You were one. You were so all up. It was the most adorable thing. You couldn't get closer. You were snuggled up, 2 bugs in a rug, right next to me. And then, do you know, whenever we press play on the live watch for the episode to go, you scooch forward and you watch the monitor like this. Like, you get your face inches from my laptop, and you get so close and you watch like this. Is the cutest thing ever.
That's because I can't see. That's how far away I need to be in order to see the screen. It's upsetting. I wear hard contact lenses. Like, it's not like I need glasses. Even with my contact, maybe I need a new prescription. But yes, no, I do snuggle up against you because you're so warm. Oh,
yes. I run very hot. Yeah. Yeah.
You're warm and you're like soft. You're so soft.
Oh my gosh, thank you. It's the Sephora moisturizer.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, so we have no recap next week, Eden, because we had an interview with, tell him who. Just say it.
Neil Flynn. It was Neil Flynn.
We sure did.
You know him as Mike Heck. You know him as the janitor from Scrubs, perhaps, or Mike Heck, or a cop from The Fugitive.
Or the first baseman from Rookie of the Year, which is my first touchstone with him.
No, he wasn't the first baseman. Didn't he correct you? Wasn't he?
I thought he was the second baseman. He was actually the first baseman. And then he was like, you do know sports? And I go, I know baseball, Neil. I do. But I felt so... You know what I got on that day? And I told you about one of them. Is that when we were texting and we were giving him the details, I got an exclamation point from Neil.
That's right.
And then I got not one, but two armed hugs from him on the day. Oh my God, it felt good.
He's softened in his old age, I will say. He gives hugs much more. Not to take away from your hugs.
Of course.
That is incredible. Yeah. Also, you got an exclamation point. That is evergreen. That is an evergreen accomplishment. Can't believe you got that. But he has, I've noticed, because, I get lunch with him every so often, and he's much more... He like offers up a hug now. I don't have to like run to him and be like, hug time. He will offer it up. So I'm glad you got 2.
Yeah. Well, Eden, this episode, I already know we're going to spend so much time. It's going to be 8.5 hours long. We got to move on.
We got to get to those middle. We got to get to the middle minutes, Brock.
Let's do it.
So today we've got episode 118, The Funhouse, Brock Ciarlelli's a third episode, first episode non-scheduled, his first episode really establishing himself into the Middleverse, as I like to call it. Here is how it goes. Frankie fears her job at the car dealership may be on the line when hardcore motivational consultant Amy Sedaris is hired to whip the sales staff into shape. Meanwhile, with Frankie putting in extra hours at work, Mike has to deal with issues at home, including getting a pool table in... I'm sorry. I can't. I'm triggered with pool table, like every time, no matter what. If I say pool table, a pool table, you say? Pool table. Oh, you got trouble, my friends. I say you got trouble right here in River City with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. So, a pool table in order to make... Wait.
Is that...
Did you not understand what I just did?
No, I thought you were just being weird. What is that? What is that?
I'm stunned right now. I'm not stunned because we've talked about this, how you're like low key, you're secret, not a huge musical theater person. How dare you? How dare you do this to me?
Wait, what is that?
The Music Man.
Oh, probably seen it once or twice. Yeah.
I hope that many of our listeners have gasped out loud right now, just the way I did. How dare you? How dare you not know Trouble in River City? You know, pool table. I could do the whole thing, but I won't because we're in the middle of middle minutes.
Yes. Sorry, continue. I derailed us. Keep going.
I can't. I'm never gonna let you live that down. That you weren't also triggered by pool table. Okay, so including getting a pool table in order to make the house more fun for Axel and his friends and Sue. And then giving advice to Sue's slightly confused ex-boyfriend, Brad, and helping Brick with a school project.
Mm-hmm. Written by Roy Brown and directed...
Is this his first episode? I
think so. I was going to say, I don't remember us reading his name out loud for Middle Minutes, but Roy Brown...
Babyface Roy.
Was he there he was there all 9, right?
All 9. I think he was
all
Eileen
9.
and Deanne's assistant before, and then he became staff writer. I think something like that.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. Welcome, Roy. Welcome to the game. And directed by, he's been there before, and I can't remember what episodes, forgive me, but returning again to direct the middle, Chris Koch.
We've got, like I said, Amy Sedaris as Abby, brilliantly played by Amy Sedaris. Brian Doyle Murray as Mr. Ehlert. Chris Kattan as Bob. Peter Breitmeyer as Pete. We got the whole Ehlert's crew. And then we got the fabulous Brooke Ciarlelli as Brad. We got Bo Wyrick as Sean Donahue. And we got a Blaine Saunders as Carly. And then we have a Christopher H. Fisher as Logan. Who was Logan again?
He had 2 lines sat on the couch where Mike is like, how do you know Axel? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Great.
This aired on Wednesday, March 24th, 2010 at our normal time slot, 8:30, 7:30 Cinch, which we jumped over a week because the week prior they did a rerun, which was one of your best episodes ever, and it was episode 4, The Trip. They ran a rerun. And we had 7.16 million viewers for The Funhouse.
Pretty good. Is that a jump? That feels like a jump, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we got the top movie of the week. Being Alice in Wonderland again, third and final week at number 1. God, that movie did that well.
I think so. Yeah,
but wasn't it a flop?
I don't remember. I think it was a flop from a critic standpoint, but I don't know if it was a flop from a box office standpoint.
Oh dang! Yeah. All right. Well, and then we got the top song of the week, "Rude Boy" by Rihanna, which I actually know. Yeah. Come on, rude boy, give it up. Come on, rude boy, give it up. Right?
Yeah, I think your father-in-law is going to love it when he listens to it on Spotify.
I think so. I've been instructed. I feel like I have to also give my mother-in-law a shout out because when I told my father-in-law that I talked about him in one episode, my mother-in-law was like, "And me too."
And now this is her shining moment.
I know, and now she's going to hear this and be like, "Well, that's not what I wanted."
Next week,
yeah.
All right, so when we come back, my mother is going to help us break down the episode.
Iconically, I should add. I would like this to be on record right now.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you. It is such a compliment. Wait, hold on. Should we wait until we're actually
do her
introduced?
Intro? Let's introduce her, shall we? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, are we rolling for God's sake?
We're rolling.
Oh, jeez.
Eden.
Yes,
Eden
Brad.
Sher. Today's guest knows me better than anyone, you might say. You might be second, but this woman might be first. Born in Oklahoma, raised in Denver, this woman can always be found sitting front row, dead center, at any given production of the younger generation Players Community Theater, probably cheering the loudest when I came out and took a bow. She loves a chunky statement necklace from Chico's. Black coffee, extra hot, and ABC's The Middle. She loves ABC's The Middle. She's the one who flew out with me for auditions, table reads, and all the episodes I filmed during the first 2 seasons of The Middle. Please welcome my mother, Priscilla. Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
So
Hello, little baby Eden, gorgeous baby Eden, to quote Brock.
I have to say, I think it is so funny and adorable and endearing and just like flattering that you think. I would like to say that Priscilla has said time and time again before recording this how nervous she is. And it is so funny that you think the stakes are that high.
Right.
Just in terms of not making fun of you. I mean, like, that you think our podcast is that good.
I'm honored.
Yes, that it is able to be messed up. There is nothing you can do. Like, first of all, you're going to do incredible. But second, what can you possibly do that will mess it up more than I already mess it up every single episode?
Well, there might be a few swear words flying.
I told her I got the bleeper ready.
We got the bleeper ready. I can't picture any swear coming out of your mouth. Priscilla. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy to hear that.
Okay, so Mom, Eden and I talked about in episode 0 kind of like my casting process and audition process. I think Eden and I talked about this a little bit last week when we were prepping for this. What's the audition process like from your perspective? Because you're the one who came out with me when we came to LA because we were still in Denver.
Okay, well, usually you would get a call the night before saying you have an audition in the morning or the afternoon, and so we'd book a flight. And let me tell you, there are no deals on flights that, a few hours ahead of time. So we would hop on a flight, typically fly in, fly out the same day. There were those times where we had to go in late and spend the night, but usually it was fly in, fly out.
Yeah. And then, so we get there, right? We get to Warner Brothers. What are you thinking from there? It's exciting, right?
It's very exciting. And you did tell me after a while, Mom, just, whoosh, let me just get in the zone. Because I would tend to be like, now remember, da-da-da-da, and you're like, shh, I got it.
I have to say, from an outsider's perspective, you were, because it can be dicey when you have parents coming to set, when
Totally.
you have kid actors, and obviously Brock wasn't like a child, but like, under 18, still a teenager, still in high school, had to have a legal guardian, had to have a parent on set. And you just never know what you're going to get. All of those, tropes, all of those momager, that persona. So when you came to set, we all exhaled. We were like, oh, have you met Brock's mom? Go talk to Brock's mom. Priscilla, she's one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's funny. That's so sweet. Thank you for saying that, Eden.
Yeah, no, we love you.
Okay, so we get the audition, and then what do you remember about like the first time we were at Warner Brothers Ranch for the audition?
For the initial audition?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we flew in that morning and we go, and there's probably, I don't know, a whole room full of people waiting to audition. Mm-hmm. And you go in, and that's when G said to you, don't book or don't leave, because we were going to fly right out that day. And he said, don't leave.
Buy more underwear.
Yeah. So that was the first one. And so we had to head down and change our, we tried to, this is all screwed up.
We went to, they wouldn't let us change our flights over the phone. So we had to literally go to LAX that night.
That's right.
In rush hour. And then we came back up and we booked a stay at the Best Western, Eden. Fancy.
Of course. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Burbank, right?
You're very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the callback was the next afternoon, and we went in there, and there were probably 8 guys sitting in the waiting room to go.
Yeah.
And you were the first one that went in, and he goes in, and all of a sudden there is an eruption of laughter coming through the walls, and all these guys are looking at each other like, holy shit, we don't have this one. And so he killed it. And I think it's when you were feeling Neil's vintage flannel that really got him, when you did the vintage flannel and rubbed his shirt. I think that's what put him over the top.
Oh, that's funny.
Isn't it so nice being on the other side of that? I mean, like, I just psyched everyone else out.
Yeah, exactly. And then you walk out of the room and you're like, oh, okay, great. But I had forgotten all about that.
Then you get the call, and they said, you have the part. And he's like, I have the part. And I start screaming and crying like a lunatic, thinking, we are going to have a wreck here. We got to pull over. It was just the most exciting. I mean, I get all wound up just thinking about it. It was just surreal.
Oh.
And
very
this is
sweet.
why you are such a joy to have on set, because the way it clearly, like, there was no air of like presumption. There was no entitlement. I feel like that's a thing with child actors and their parents, is just the like entitlement of being on set.
Totally.
And it was so here, I would love to know your experience of being, your like first impressions of seeing a big Hollywood set, because
Oh, Lord.
You clearly like from an outsider's perspective, and I ask a question and then I always answer it immediately, but I want you to talk. But I do just want to say that watching you, it was clear that everything was just a marvel to you.
Yeah.
It was.
Like, oh my God, did you see that take? They said action? You know they said action?
That's
What was that
funny.
like for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, when we got there, I remember G was so sweet and walked us over and
To the table read,
to the
right?
table read. And I remember walking in there and everything set up, like a horseshoe. Mm-hmm. And I spot Patty Heaton sitting up at the front, 2-time Emmy Award winner. She's sitting a few feet from my face. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Then Brock sitting there with his own little name tag. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening. And so I told you I would cuss. I'm so sorry. So someone says, here, have a seat, and here's a script in case you want to follow along. And so everybody's in their place, and they start, and I'm just looking, taking it all in, and I can't believe what I'm seeing. My kid's living his dream. And Eden, as a mom,
Breathe, baby. You got it.
there's nothing you want more for your kid. Ooh. Anyway,
I'm
just
crying too. I'm literally crying too. I just want you to know this is like this sounds emotional.
Oh, it was. And I just can't believe what I'm seeing. And then all of a sudden, and this is the God's honest truth, the room starts spinning and I black out. Thank goodness I was sitting down and didn't go crashing to the floor, because Brock would have died of embarrassment. So, yeah, I faint in my chair, for God's sake. And
Which I didn't know until she told me after the fact. She was like, I fainted.
Oh my
No
God.
one knew, but I fainted.
so I come to, I'm still sitting, thank goodness, and pulled it together and continued to watch the table read. But it was surreal. It was wonderful.
I'm trying not to mess up my little mascara, and then just now I'm crying more from hysterics. Like this you fainted.
I fainted.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so we were my mom and I were talking about this a little bit beforehand, but like you loved everyone on set, but there's a special place in your heart for Tyson, our makeup artist, right? I think he was a lot of people's favorites as well.
Oh, I love Tyson. He was so nice and treated you so well and treated me so well. And Brock had acne, and he just like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get that taken care of. He didn't make you feel bad. He just like, no problem. We'll take care of it. Just love that man.
Yeah.
I still keep in touch with him. We send Christmas cards, and I love Tyson.
Oh my God.
do.
I love that. He is fantastic. He really,
so
really
wonderful.
is. Yeah. I mean, the whole makeup crew, but he led a good, warm, wonderful, welcoming,
Yes.
I don't know, just a great. He ran a. I don't. What is it? You know, you run a tight ship. He ran a tight but like loving ship.
Well, because you know what's nice too about, especially with someone like makeup and hair, is usually as like an actor, they're the first people you interact with all day, and they can help set your tone of the day. And Tyson was really good at, because sometimes like as an actor, I mean, you know this, Eden, some days you go in and you're like, I don't know these lines. This scene is going to snap me in half. I need to like be shut down and just really hone in and focus and not do the small talk. And other times you're like, the scene feels good. I need light. I need energy. I need laughter. And he was really good at picking up those cues and giving actors kind of like what they needed to set their day up for success. He was better than that than anyone, I think.
Totally.
Can I tell about when we first walked onto set?
Sure.
And how exciting, because Eden said, what was it like when I saw the set? Well, it was fabulous, to say the least. And we walk in there, and some wonderful person says, here, they treated me like I was royalty. It was crazy. Here, you have a little director's chair to sit in, and here's a headset in case you want to listen. I'm like, I can't believe what's happening. I can't believe what's happening. And then you meet Patty, and I'm standing there right there with you. And I remember her saying, do you have a theater background, Brock? And you said yes. And she said, I can tell. You're very professional. And I'm like, oh.
Deborah Barone.
Deborah Barone just said that nice thing. And then in between takes, she was sitting out there, and she started talking about a shoe sale at Marshall's. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She's a regular person talking about the deal she got on shoes at Marshall's. I'm like, okay, I love her even more.
Yeah. Stars, they're just like Priscilla.
And Eden, I remember the first scene when you guys walk in with, when you say, my boyfriend, Brad. I mean, the minute you guys walked through the door, you had this chemistry from the get-go. I mean, it was like, yep, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Sort of.
Yeah.
That's sort the chemistry you saw.
It was kismet. I do remember that first day with you.
Oh, 100%. I couldn't believe you were just one of those people where you just like can't believe the get. You couldn't believe, you kind of like, how did this, you don't expect a person on the page to exist in real life. And it was just, it felt like magic. It was like, how did they concoct this person who is so perfect for this and is so wonderful? It's the combination of being so perfect and also being not miserable to be around.
No,
it's
Eden,
rare.
I'm gonna embroider that on a pillow, and I'm gonna make it a decorative pillow. That's so sweet.
Perfect and not miserable to be around. Eden Sher.
Eden
Brock
Sher.
Ciarlelli. Yeah.
And I'm going to do it in that cursive, that everyone has. Yeah. Mom, as I always say, if you're on the podcast, you're here to work. Okay. So we're here to work.
Okay.
So we're breaking down episode 118, The Funhouse. Eden, Priscilla, first thoughts. What do we think?
Was this is your third episode, right?
Third, yeah, because this was the one, originally it was supposed to be Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Mom and I just watched it this morning. I was surprised I was in it a lot.
You were in it a lot.
I was so surprised. I had a ton of scenes.
And scenes without me.
I know. We barely had any. We didn't have anything together. Do we have anything together?
It honestly is such. I think we had a. You came in. We came in, but like you, the fact that that was my first impression. I was like, oh my god, they entrusted you immediately to have a solo scene with another member of the family. Like they already put you in the world outside of me, outside of Sue. That's crazy to establish you that early as like a character who, whether it's not like a real relationship, but like an on screen, you saw it relationship with another character, like that's firmly planting you in the world of the middle.
Totally.
Had a conversation with Mike,
and I didn't clock it at the moment, because again, like you kind of were saying, like we're so like doe-eyed and we don't know what Hollywood or how any of this works. So like I didn't realize that at the time, but watching it now, I was like, oh my God, it's not like they gave me a one-off scene. They put me with Neil Flynn from NBC's Scrubs.
Yeah, they gave you a solid, like you had the storyline with Neil. It wasn't me. It was fantastic.
That's my boy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. What'd you think, Mom?
Well, I just remember it was such a fun episode to watch being filmed. It really was fun. And because you were in so many of the scenes, and I remember it ran really late.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my mom and I were trying to remember, I think, because in between the Christmas episode and this, I got my... they call it like the California proficiency. Did you ever get that as a kid? So that means essentially you can still, I don't know how it works. It's not a GED, or maybe it's California's version of a GED, but essentially if you're a child actor, you can work adult hours because it says like, I'm capable of graduating high school. I don't need any more school. Thanks, I'm ready to go out into the world. And so that makes you just a lot more marketable as a...
It's called Legal 18.
Legal 18. Yeah.
I too was Legal 18 when it was the reason I got the role. I was the only one who was Legal 18.
We've discussed this. You were also kind of somewhat funny.
Yes. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Pushed me over the edge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, Eden.
So we start the episode. We are at home. We're at the classic Heck house. Axel makes a rare appearance after spending all his free time at the Donahues. The Donahues. All his free time at the Donahues house. No, he spends all his time at the Donahues, a.k.a. the Fun House. Brick has a school report where he has to interview his parents, and much to Frankie and Mike's surprise, Sue is spending time with her ex-boyfriend, Brad.
Scandalous. So scandalous.
This was one of those scenes. This was a scene that we talk about all the time where it was just like the never-ending scene that you don't realize is never-ending.
Right.
But do you have any memory of like standing outside waiting for our cue?
I do actually, because I do remember it taking forever. And I think the main thing that I remember the most actually from this scene was I was so nervous, and I did it anyway, but like, and I pulled up the script because I was like, I want to make sure I'm not misremembering this. But like, I like, kudos to you for like working it with the hair. And I did a snap, and I did like a little wave goodbye.
Oh, this slayed me. This just slayed me.
But I was wondering, I was like, was that written like Brad finger waves goodbye, or does he snap? And it wasn't. So I remember the thing that I remember the most, because I was still new, was like, am I allowed to add these things? And the thing is like, they're like, please add those things, because that's why we hired you. We didn't know to write it. That's why we have you acting it, so you can fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Here's my memory of this.
Yeah.
I think this was really the episode that solidified my never-ending love for you. Because when you have a big scene like this, you're waiting over and over again for your cue, because it take a long time, because sometimes they'll be like, okay, you'll reset, they'll start again, someone missed their line, whatever. So you could be waiting for like minutes at a time, chunks at a time, just like standing. You're just sort of like on call. And so because we were entering together, we entered through the front door, right? I'm pretty sure we did. So we were waiting outside in that weird, backdrop of the street. Are we outside? Absolutely not.
No.
We're in this fake neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if because I don't know if it was your first real one of those scenes, but I remember you standing. I like turn on. I like turn, like as soon as I hear I'm like standing like dead, and then like, oh, okay, a few lines. Okay, now I'm in. And I remember you just standing there like smiling the whole time. And I was like, is he just preparing to go in?
For the 3 minutes that we're out there in those hot lights.
Or is this just Brock? And I think it lives somewhere in between.
I think you're very right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is funny.
I didn't want to even say anything because I was like, I don't want to make him self-conscious, but I just want to know. I want to let him know, like, you don't have to be in character for 10 minutes right now. I know you're probably waiting, but also I don't want to. What if he's like, in character? What are you talking about?
That's just me. What are you talking about, girl?
But I loved
my gosh, I don't remember that at all. I love hearing that. Oh, okay. So at Ehlert's, a woman named Abby comes barreling in. She's roaring drunk and wants to buy a car. When Frankie won't sell her the car, Abby drops the act, and Ehlert reveals that he's hired a motivational consultant to whip everyone in shape. What a get! What a get!
What a get! I watched this with Nick, and he turned to me because he's never seen any of it, and he was like, "Did you get to meet Amy Sedaris?" And I was like, I must have, but now, like, I knew it was a big deal, but now I'm like, I didn't get to talk to her at all. I didn't get to tell her all of the reasons why she is an absolute legend, icon. I wonder if she'd remember me. She was so funny. I wish I had behind the scenes stories. I was
going to say, did you even meet her or no?
Was she at the table read? Then I didn't
think she was either.
No, because I know why. Because I went looking for the script way back in the archives from 2010. And so the email that was sent out for the table draft was just to Bo and I. And then the shooting script was sent to like everyone who was cast, including Amy. So usually you're all in an email chain for the people who are coming to the table read. So I don't know if she was working, she didn't want to because she doesn't have to because she's got the job, whatever. She's not getting fired.
Yeah.
She's doing the middle of the favor.
Yeah.
But she wasn't at the table read because I wish I would have met her because we obviously never crossed paths on the same day, me and Amy.
I wonder if I dropped by set one day just to be like, can I just say hi? Can I just shake her hand? And what's funny is she actually also did a voice on the cartoon that I did for Disney Channel.
Oh.
So we had two connections, and I still never like fully got to do a scene with her. But just watching this, I just was like, God, she is so good. She is so funny. She nails every single joke, everything. I'm just every reveal.
Something that my mom and I laughed at really hard when we were watching it was when she was like, "How about a red car?" and she struts her ass to the yellow car. Did you see that?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I'd love to. Was there any particular car you were interested in?
Yeah, how about a red car?
Okay, well, I was thinking make or model, but we can start with color.
Oh, whoop.
That is so Amy Sedaris. How about a red car? And then right to the yellow. Oh my God, it's so funny. Also something, so she's roaring drunk, and then Frankie goes and has that aside with Bob and Pete. And then the one thing there I was like, that's not okay. Did you clock when Bob was like, should I have my chance with her when she's still hammered?
I did. I was like, no.
That would not fly today.
No.
Oh my. Even my mom and I were like, okay. Not good.
I was like, I was like, well, it's not like we're supposed to be on his side, but I was like, I feel like it shouldn't make it into a script today.
No. But that was something that I was like, I don't get a lot of those from this show, but that one gave me like a,
yeah.
I know.
All right, Mom.
Okay, then
You're up.
I'm up.
We had a couple rehearsals for these. Yeah.
When Frankie comes home upset, Mike cheers her up by showing her the new family pool table. And Axel's very excited to invite his friends over.
Good.
I can't help but it was so funny. I wasn't even remembering the rest of the episode. I was just watching again as now Frankie Heck. Watching this play out, I was like, what are they thinking trying to be the funhouse? Are you kidding? Like, my kids are 3 and I'm like, can you leave?
You don't want more children at the house.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's what I feel like it should go without saying, I love my children.
Have we seen your TikTok? If they haven't seen your TikTok, then they need to. Yeah.
Love my children. They are my whole life. I love them so much. But like, what a treat to be able to have the house to yourself. I almost didn't buy it. I almost didn't buy the storyline. I was like, why are you trying to lure teenagers to your home?
I don't know. I think it's because Nancy Donahue's doing her thing and Frankie's like, well, Frankie just wants to be such a good mom and have her kids around. And I was like, I wonder if that's it. Because I see what you're saying too. A little bit of oh God, why do I have that? But Frankie wants her kids nearby.
Yeah,
she needed to one up Nancy for once in her life.
Sure.
Also, you know what? I'm speaking from a strict. I'm sure. Like, I have toddlers who never leave.
Right.
I'm sure when they're like, 10, 11, 12, when they become teenagers and they never want to see me, like right now, they're always like, mommy uppy. And I'm like, oh my God, you're clinging to my human body. Like, please. when they don't want to see me anymore, I'm sure I'm going to be like, where'd you go?
Right. It's always, you guys are never on the same page, right?
Yeah.
It's like the moment they start leaving, you're like, wait.
One thing that really cranked my funny valve was when Brick is licking the blue chalk and says, I'm never going to eat white chalk again.
Who's got the cool house now? Brick, are you licking the chalk?
I'll never eat white chalk again.
And Tyson runs in and has him stick his tongue out and paints his tongue blue. I don't know, it just slayed me.
Because all things that... Again, we're looking at this with like fresh eyes of like, oh my God, they have a person and it's makeup who comes and paints Atticus's tongue.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all that mouth stuff is the makeup department. Your braces, if there's anything on the tongue, that's all makeup.
It really is so funny hearing like and remembering just remember like these are the kind of things that made you such a joy to have on set, Priscilla. Which just like I feel like because you also did not have any shame about. Occasionally, I feel like Brock would be like, "Don't talk to people so much," but you had no shame about like elbowing someone and being like, "The makeup person just went in. Did you see the blue makeup? How weird! How interesting! I never would have suspected." And we're like, yeah, of course. Like, I guess that is weird. You're right.
But you remember when like people would win competitions or it'd be like Make-A-Wish or something like that and they would visit set for a day. It's that same kind of thing where because like their chairs would be set up kind of near the cast or at least near the director and everything. And I feel like they would have this. It's always so funny, especially after being there for seasons and seasons, seeing them be like, oh my gosh, this is how it works. The set is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
so
a thrill
wonderful.
like no other.
Yeah.
I mean, from an outsider, it is a thrill like no other.
Okay, so the episode continues. Then, in a series of classic middle vignettes, we see Abby hounding Frankie at every turn. Just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Simply.
Amy Sedaris being Amy Sedaris. In the kitchen, Mike relishes in Sean's compliment about having the foresight for extra bean dip.
I forgot. I was like, why is Mike home? And then I realized, like, oh, right, he still doesn't have a job.
That is my thought. Literally in this moment, I was like, why are you
The
still...
dinosaur bones shut down his...
The dinosaur bones. And I was like, they haven't mentioned it in the show at all. My hunch is correct. And I was like, they're going to stretch this out and make this like a back half of season 1, like story arc for him. Because you can have stories that interweave, but like the overarching thing is like Mike still doesn't have a job. It allows him to be home, being the fun house. He gets annoyed with it, all that kind of stuff. Also, Carly, Blaine Saunders, one singular line, just kind of tacked on because I was like, I think we needed to see Carly because we know what's about to happen where I ask her out. But I was like, she's in, she's out. That's it.
We also needed to be reminded of who Carly was.
Yeah.
Like the audience, they do that a lot in sitcoms where they like try to like, subtly be like, because every episode's supposed to be standalone, so
Right.
like just to be like, this person exists. Remember? Now we're gonna talk about her.
Yeah, and she still looked similar to her glow up from the other episode. I thought she went back to nerdy, but maybe it's gradual over time.
No, she was real pretty in that one.
Yeah.
Her one
Well, they
line.
sort of do a backslide. They do like a happy medium where
Yeah.
they do a super glow up, and then they're like, okay, we can't go. Like we're gonna we established that she got her braces off, and she learned how to straighten her hair or whatever.
Right.
But we're gonna keep her. We're not gonna be like she's abandoned now. Like she has her glasses. She doesn't like to wear her contacts still, and she's goofy, energy. So it lives like somewhere in between.
I remember meeting Bo during around that scene, Sean Donahue.
Yeah.
And you introduced me to him, and he's like, "Hello, Mrs. Ciarlelli. How are you? It's such a pleasure having you here." I'm like, he's just like Sean.
Sounds
a
like both.
51% stake shareholder in his character.
Yep.
Yeah, truly the nicest person
so
ever.
polite and nice.
And
yeah.
still that way too. Like I don't know if I said this on mic or off mic, but I got dinner with him and Jana and Jen Ray a couple weeks ago, and still just like the nicest person ever. Also, Mom, take us into the next beat.
Oh, okay. The next morning, Abby cranks things up a notch when she tells Frankie someone's getting fired by the end of the week, and it'd be a shame if it was her. And Frankie realizes she's on the chopping block because Bob's sleeping with her. Holy crap. I couldn't believe, sorry, here I go again with the mouth. I couldn't believe they had someone talking about sleeping randomly with some random person on the middle. It's like, whoa, this is racy.
I mean, for the middle, it absolutely is, because they don't really. Yeah, go ahead, Eden.
No, it really is. Also, I didn't think they would actually, like, they planted that, but I didn't think they would follow through with it. I was like, oh, she really did that?
And one of the omitted scenes, looking at the script, that got cut from the episode in the final edit, is Bob meeting up with Amy Sedaris at the Continental Breakfast as she's leaving, wanting to like continue things with her. So they
really?
that was like a whole storyline that they cut. I might ask Eileen and Deanne, because I don't have all the scripts, I might ask them to send me all the shooting scripts, which might be fun for us to go as we recap these and see kind of what made it and what didn't make it and what was added and whatnot.
I have all the shooting scripts.
Eden, do you mind forwarding me the shooting scripts?
Yeah, I can do that. Duh.
Also, when she's like, put your feet up, she put her feet up like she was at the gynecologist. She just like...
I laughed so hard. The awkward, it was perfect physical. Like, it was a great choice, but why did you do that?
Made me laugh.
Oh yeah. So I love this scene. I love this scene. Brad and Mike, just a fantastic dynamic that they established, and just expertly done. Brad seeks Mike's advice on his new, very intense feelings. And as a way to shoo Brad away, Mike just tells him to follow his gut. I have to say, I was so, I'm always a little on edge when it's a Brad, especially with like Mike, or it's just a Brad scene with someone other than Sue, because I'm holding my breath for like, is this going to be, gay panic? Is there going to be any element of like, just any like homophobia? And I'm just like, I was just like, oh, thank God. Because he said like, maybe you don't want to talk to me about it. Like, can't you talk to someone else? And I was like, are they going to make Mike skittish, squeamish or whatever?
Right.
And I was like, perfect. He did, just showing that like he doesn't care. He's not judging. He just doesn't want to talk to anyone about any feelings ever.
Yeah.
Especially a teenage boy.
Yeah, and I think like too, like, I don't think I appreciated it in the moment of how it was done and what was being done, but like it is nice watching it as a fully grown, 31-year-old being like, oh, okay, I'm so glad this was on in 2010, in a time where it could have very easily, and I think very like ABC would have put it on their airwaves at the time of Mike being like uncomfortable, and I was excited to see that, and we never went into that territory ever, but I didn't realize it at the moment, but I am glad that we have that perspective now looking at it.
Yeah, he could have reacted. They could have made him a cliche. I don't know. Just I don't know, any sort of any trace of a homophobia, and instead I think follow your gut was fantastic advice.
I do too.
Yep.
I'm just so conflicted. It's like, I don't know which end is up. What do I do?
I think you follow your gut. If you make a decision by following your gut, it can't be bad, right?
This was a scene. This is one I remember vividly, and maybe because maybe it's had something to do with the hours, maybe because it just took so long, because it's like all the different setups in that house, there were a lot of them for this episode, but because we were running so late, this scene was shot over the course of 2 days. So Mike's coverage, which you see him and you see the kitchen and you see the living room, those have background players in the background, right? You see the extras. And then because it was so late, they're like, okay, let's wrap it. Maybe I had to wrap, or they just like we were like, okay, we'll get it tomorrow morning for everyone, and everyone goes home. But then they turned it around and they got my coverage the following morning. So when you're going back and forth, it's like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, as it's cutting back and forth between Mike and I, which for anyone listening, that's not normal. Usually when you see an entirety of a scene for something like The Middle, that's all shot, within one day. And of course, obviously different scenes are shot during, different days, but you're shooting an entire scene in one day. You're not splitting it like that. That's rare. And that
I never would have known that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's, again, to me, I was like, what is going on? Is it going to match? Is it going to be great? Am I going to do the same thing? And guess what? There's a person on set that will tell you, if you're like, you used your left hand last night.
Isn't that why they take the pictures of you guys? Like, stand there and let me take a picture to make sure your hair's just the same way and your
Here's a question.
collar's the same way.
This is a pre-blue bag grab question. Do you know what that is called? What those pictures are called? What they're for?
Me?
Yeah, set lingo.
I know what they're called, Priscilla.
No, I don't.
Do you want to phone a lifeline to Eden Sher, Critics' Choice Award winner?
I need a lifeline, Eden.
I want to whisper it. Continuity.
It's called continuity.
Oh! I love that.
Ding, ding, ding. We're such a good team.
I have a memory of at least once seeing a hair, makeup, or wardrobe person take a picture of Brock or someone, and you standing directly next to them, also taking a picture.
You're kidding.
Of Brock.
No, I'm sure that happened every single time because everything was exciting. Of just like someone's getting a picture of me to make sure my hair's in the right way, and Mom's like, "Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, yeah.
I'm such
Susanna's
a
taking a
dork.
photo of Brock. Let me get a photo of Susanna taking a photo of Brock."
I was
just
such
assumed,
a dork.
You were like, oh, it's picture time. Okay, great. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, should we recap the episode some more? Back at home, or excuse me, no, back at work. Abby wants Frankie to show her what she's made of. She's making Frankie decide who's the one that's gonna get fired. Of course, stakes raising, per usual, within a sitcom.
And I really didn't know where they were going to go with that. I should have known, but I was like, what's she gonna say?
Well, that's how you know it's a good show, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so Sue comes storming in, mad as the dickens at Mike because, thanks to his advice, Brad asked Carly on a date. Okay, can I add a little story here?
Add a little story, Scylla. Let's see what you got.
It was so funny because they were going to go to the pie house for a pie date in their own booth. The same exact thing happened to me. My very first date was at a pie house in a booth with Bill Christie. It was like a page out of my book.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you know did they say that in the episode? They were going to go to a pie house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
God.
said, and the parents are going to walk the mall until they're done eating their pie.
He said you told him to follow his gut, and now he asked her out on a date to the pie house Friday night. In their own booth. His parents are going to walk the mall until they're done.
Carly? That is not what I thought we were talking about.
We were watching, and my mom is literally speaking the lines under her breath. She knows literally. She knows Bob's lines. She knows my lines. She knows your lines. She knows Frankie's lines. She knows everyone's.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh my gosh. Also, just like fun fact for anyone, for those like eagle-eyed eagle listeners, as the stakes ramp up with Mike getting more and more frustrated, there's more and more background in each new scene that we see him in, and the noise in the house and the noise in the background gets a little louder each time. Did you pick that up?
Oh, you know what? I didn't.
But it's, I mean, like but you see it, like you get the feeling and get the essence that it's just like becoming a little too much each time.
Yeah, completely. It's and Mike is getting more and more revved, like just stressed out. The whole thing becomes more distressing. And I think we shot, I don't know, maybe we shot mine clearly before yours if they had to split yours into 2 days. But I'm pretty sure we shot ours back to back, those scenes with Mike. because they were like basically the same coverage. And I maybe they shot mine first, and it
sure
makes sense.
That's what happens on sets. Is like the series regulars usually they get their choice, but usually they can do first because they get to go home.
The series regulars get to pick when they want to film. Is that what you're saying?
Well, in a given scene, so like what happens is like say a guest star and Patricia Heaton are in just a two shot or like in a dialogue. Usually, more times than not, if it's makes no difference to production and whatsoever, they'll probably ask Patty, or by that point they know that she likes to shoot her stuff first or shoot her stuff second. And usually it's not like an actor demands that. That's how the nature of set is that the series regulars usually get the preference on when they do their stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're
when
the ones.
did you like to shoot, Eden? When was your favorite time?
It absolutely depended on the scene. It depended on the content of what I had to do. If it was like something that required a lot of energy and something I had already practiced for, like any of the really physical stuff, I wanted to get done immediately. Because if I did the whole scene and then had to do like a stunt at the end of the 8 hours of shooting or whatever, it just never was going to work. I would rather just like, let's just hit it. Can you please do my coverage first so we can just get it, and then I can do it half, for the other person's coverage. Still do it, but like not do it quite as you don't need to go quite as full out.
Right.
Or if it was like a huge, just like a huge emotional speech. But sometimes I wanted practice. I wanted like, let me rehearse it a few times where the stakes are really low. It doesn't matter if I mess up the lines, so I can really get the lines in there. It's almost like extra rehearsal.
Totally.
So depended.
I love that.
Depended.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I remember one time, just kind of randomly, and I forget which episode it was, but it was time to break for lunch, and you're like, I've got to go home. I have a brand new puppy, and you had to like let your puppy out of the crate or something. Do you remember?
I believe it. I believe it because I did get.
Do you
it wasn't
remember
a
that?
puppy, but I got my dog Oso, who has since passed.
Yeah,
but. Yeah,
you brought him to set a couple times. You brought him to set a couple times, right?
I did bring him to set a couple times, and then I was like, "He's too much. I can't do this. I have too much anxiety on set anyway. I can't have a rambunctious dog in my trailer." We're back at the Frankie storyline. Frankie has made her decision. Who is going to get fired? She finds Abby at her continental breakfast. I also love that Amy Sedaris. I love that she's talking about how glamorous her life is. And then you find her at this continental breakfast that you're like, yeah, this person would think this is like, you know what? Especially after being on tour for so long and staying at these like Marriotts and whatever, there is nothing more luxurious to me than a Sheraton or like a Courtyard Marriott. Oh my God. Those are like heaven to me. That's my happy place now. So I get it. So she's at her continental breakfast, and Frankie tells Abby to fire me. But plot twist, I love this. Ehlert was never going to fire anyone, and she whips out a piece of paper that says fire me like a freaking magician. And then she is, in fact, a motivational speaker and quite good at it, where I like that you see that, oh, you know what, she's good at her job. I understand why she has this. She gives Frankie a real motivational speech, and Frankie feels empowered because she's a mom and she can do anything. And this resonated with me as a mom.
As a mom, because I have two moms in front of me. Moms can't do anything, confirm or deny.
Confirm. Like,
can you confirm, Mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope I don't hurt myself getting off of this soapbox again.
Oh my God, she's up there a lot.
I'm up there so much. But people say it all the time. It's so cliched. But there's literally no other job in the whole world that literally doesn't stop. That is actually 24. Not every single day, 12 hours, 24 hours a day. You are on call. That being a parent, like that's so if you can do that, yeah, you can sell a car. You can do anything.
Okay, we need to get your guest starring role that's like an Abby Michaels type, because that made me feel motivated.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. I also loved, it's funny because I didn't know, because remember when we were talking, I can't remember if this was when we were talking to Eileen and Deanne on mic or off mic, but like they were saying the network had questions of like, how often do Mike and Frankie when they needed to retool the pilot to reshoot it, right? They're like, how often do Frankie and Mike kiss when that comes up? Did Frankie go to college? And I don't think we as the audience know that Frankie didn't finish college, but I do like that like Abby was able to slip in of like, you think you're just a person who didn't finish college. And we're like, oh, a little sneaky way. We know a little bit more about Frankie Heck in that moment.
Well, I think, didn't they establish it at the beginning also? Wouldn't they establish it with the Brick interviewing her?
Oh, you might be right.
Right?
Well, good thing it's recorded. We can go back and fact check ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike tries to make things right by telling Brad that Sue was crushed. And if he's conflicted because he's choosing between two girls, he should choose Sue. But Mike overhears through the vent that Brad tells Sue everything. And honey, Sue is pissed.
Sue, do you think we could talk for a minute? I feel really bad about how things turned out with you and me and Carly.
Me too.
I want to make sure we're still friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Because I talked to your dad.
Oh, no!
And he said you were crushed.
What?
Now, I have a distinct memory of this, and you've probably did this 1.5 million times since then, but I think this is one of the only instances where I had to do this, so the conversation that you and I have through the vent, what happened is that we're standing in, how they recorded this, was Eden and I were standing in the living room, and the boom operator was literally holding the boom. We probably also had our own lavalier mics, which is the mic that's literally attached to your body, and we recorded that scene, and then they put it through in editing to make it sound like it's coming through the vent. But that's a little fun fact of how that's filmed. We did that in the living room in front of the couch.
Neil was really listening to us. Listening to us. The real us. Sometimes it's the script supervisor, who is the person who also was coming over and being like, you used your left hand when you said the word the.
Yeah.
So, God bless the script supervisor. They have so many jobs.
And they have to be so sharp on everything. And if they don't catch it, then the whole ship can sink.
Yeah.
The hair might be behind the ear instead of in front of the ear. And my God, that is life or death.
Lord knows that I drove her crazy. Crazy with my tucking. She was like, literally, they'll stop and be like, Eden, untuck. Can you untuck your hair on your left side? Please untuck your. Please stop messing with your hair.
It was also during, I can't remember if it was this scene or the one that's coming up where I see Neil on the stairs, but I remember conversations that this is where I found out Neil has family in the literal same suburb of Denver that we grew up in. I didn't know that until this, and so he has like family here, and then I would get like texts from friends being like, Neil's at the tavern having like a club sandwich and a beer. Just like during like the holidays. And I said, oh my God, I didn't realize he actually came to Littleton, Colorado, but he sure did.
Between Sue's outrage and Brick bugging him for his school report, which was a disaster, Mike had absolutely had it. He retreats to the garage. He's done with being the funhouse. So Frankie and Mike kill the vibe by dancing in the basement until everyone leaves.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I don't know if people know, but my mom didn't remember this, but the garage, the actual garage where they're sitting and like having pizza in the car, that's practical. That's the actual garage of like the exterior of the house. So many of the things, the basement, the house is on a soundstage. That's one of the things that's actually in the exterior of the house that you see.
Yeah, that's a real garage, if you will.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool, speaking of the basement, how they built that, because it was to the right of the house.
The house.
And how they built the stairs going up so that they could come down and look like it was going into the basement. I thought, this is genius. This is unbelievable. It looked so real.
Yeah.
It honestly does. It threw me a little. I was like, where did we shoot that? That, and we're trying to remember, like, oh yeah, that is just on a soundstage. That really looks like a basement.
It really did. It was so clever.
They had some leeway next to the house, like in the same soundstage. They had a little bit of leeway, so sometimes they would build swing sets, right, where they would be that's what they're called, where they change them out regularly. So the basement was next to the house. They also shot
not
bricks.
swings.
Not a literal swing set with swings and seesaws and a slide, but a swing set meaning that they can change in and out, and there's like an open space for them to do multiple different things for whatever the episode calls for. Well, that's the episode.
That's the episode. And I one thing I will say, just the last thing I'll say about this, is that once again, just being a real viewer, because not remembering how the episode ended, Nick, my husband, said at the beginning of the episode, or when they got the pool table, he was like, oh, that's such a bummer that they're going to get rid of that pool table. And I was like, I don't think, I have a distinct memory of having that pool table in the basement. And he was like, oh, did they, maybe not. He was just like, he assumed correctly that he was like, well, it's just such an addition to the home, and sitcoms always, you know how a sitcom's going to end. It's going to, it's going to end where it started. So they're probably going to get rid of it. It's going to end with them not having this huge life change of having a pool table in the garage.
Right.
And I was like, I swear, like you've got to be right. There's no way we kept that pool table. But also, I have a distinct memory. And so I was like, how are they going to justify getting rid of this pool table? And why would they do that? Like, why would they ever get rid of something like that? So having it like, of me being like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? And then I was like, oh, that's why. That's right. It did live there. It was an addition, but it didn't change their lives. They weren't
Just
the house.
it would be used for storage at that point.
Just storage, which is exactly what would happen in my home. In my just piles of stuff everywhere home. But that's the episode.
I loved the episode. Loved that I got asked back. Loved that you and I established our storyline that I could continue in the world of Sue Heck. And I like, because there's so many scenes coming up in future seasons where it's me and Neil. Obviously, most of my stuff is with you, but like the next person I do most of my scenes with would be Neil, and they're some of my favorite. Such a fun
dynamic.
Yeah.
It's also very Neil in real life.
Yeah.
This is going on too long, but can I just tell one unrelated Neil story for the Patreon people?
I would love to hear one unrelated story just for the Patreon people.
Just because watching this made me think of the way Neil talks about gayness in real life.
Yeah.
It really is. One time I remember him just bringing up out of nowhere. This doesn't have to do with you. This is just, we were out to lunch and he was talking about his, obsession with Hallmark movies. And as we know, and he was this is the first time he had told me that he loves, these, or like, it just keeps him on as white noise in the background, these like Christmas, Lifetime, Hallmark movies, whatever. And he was like, I have IMDb open and I observed something. He's like, I observed something kind of interesting. There was this actor, can't remember who it was, but he played a straight person in one of the movies. And he's like, and I was reading his biography, and it said that he it listed partner, or no, it listed, I think it said partner or maybe boyfriend, on like Wikipedia, not Wikipedia, but it'll say like spouse or partner or whatever. And I think it said the word boyfriend on an official Google search or whatever,
right.
This person, partner, and he said, and it was a man. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I think he is gay. I think I knew that. And he was like, and I was like, where is he going with this? He was like, I just thought I had never seen that before. It was an official capacity. It said boyfriend. The same way it would say girlfriend, partner, wife. It said boyfriend. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I think that's progress. I was like, I guess it is. He was like, that's it. Next topic.
That's sweet, man. That's sweet man.
It.
Just feeling like, yeah, I like that. They said partner, and where they would list wife or husband.
And I think he thought I was gonna be also it's like he was trying to say like, I'm so impressed. How cool is that type of thing? And I think he really thought like again, bless him. He thought I was also gonna be like, yeah, whoa, oh my God, that's crazy, amazing. But I was more like, good for you, Neil.
Love it.
Anyway, now let's do the blue bag grab.
Oh, Eden, what is the blue bag grab?
All right, blue bag grab, Priscilla. I feel like you must know because you listen to the episodes.
Do you want to know what she said? She goes, after this, do you want to go to the grocery store and then do you want to watch today's episode that dropped on Patreon? And I said, I've seen it about 8 times, but sure, yeah.
Okay, blue bag grab. We're going to do a bunch of trivia questions, and we're going to grab them out of the infamous blue bag that
And you're like,
we're always
Brock,
forgetting.
did you fly to Denver for Thanksgiving with the blue bag? You bet your ass I did.
Sure did.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure did. Love it.
Priscilla,
Okay.
question number 1.
Reach in and pick one.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to read it myself.
You're going to read it yourself. Yep.
Okay. From this episode, what is the guy's name who cuts Mike's hair? Oh, I love this. Al.
Fantastic. I think Priscilla's going to be our fastest 100% winner.
Yeah, we're gonna fly through these.
Because that was so funny when you said, who's your stylist? And he said, Al. And I think if I called him a stylist, he'd punch me. Oh, just cracked me up. Love it.
One.
Okay.
Fantastic.
next.
One.
Point 1. All right. I don't actually understand this question, Brock. Name the order of how the series regulars were sat during table reads. What do you mean? What is? I actually don't know what that
So
means.
if mom's
What do you
sitting
mean?
watching a table read, how were you guys placed? What's the order of how you guys were sitting?
From left to right, then.
If mom's there, how are you guys sat? Do you remember?
I do. Oh, of course I remember.
Oh,
because I had a lot of. It mattered.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're sitting, who's on the far left?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say Eden, Charlie, Patty, Mike, Atticus.
Yes.
Did I get it? Really?
I think that's right. That's right, right?
100% correct. That is
Yeah.
correct. And here's why I know. Because Charlie and I would pass notes to each other during table reads.
Would you really?
Yeah, we were always like passing notes. We were writing notes on each other's scripts, like making each other laugh. I don't know. These are the only scripts that I ended up keeping because I had all of the scripts, and then I eventually got rid of them because I was like, this is too many sheets of paper in my house. Right. But I only kept the ones that had like special either drawings or written things from me and Charlie. And I know the order because Charlie and I would write to each other, would make, pass notes, do inside jokes, whatever. And Patty would always be noticing like the snickering and be like, what's going on? What's going on over here? What are you doing? Like, not even pay attention, but like, include me. What's happening? And then like, sometimes we would talk, the three of us, and Neil would be like, what the hell? Why am I not part of this?
Oh my gosh, I never knew that.
Oh yeah. I mean, we were sneaky. We were, I was gonna say we were bored, but we were little hooligans.
But you know what special keepsakes, Eden, that you have those little notes? I mean, those are special keepsakes.
They're super special and unhinged. Like absolutely unhinged, the things that Charlie would draw on the fronts of my scripts.
All right,
I remember people ate lunch during the table reads.
Yeah. So table reads would usually happen during lunch. And so especially if the actors usually would happen on a day, they would try to make it so that all the actors were already there filming, all the series regulars rather. And so it would be during lunch.
Oh, that would explain why they were eating lunch.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is a tricky one.
Mom's going to read.
Oh, right. Duh.
Yeah.
The middle switched from Wednesdays to Tuesdays at the beginning of what season? Oh. 4?
Do you know, Eden? Oh, you have the answer.
I read it, but I would never have
5?
guessed that.
5?
It's later than you think.
6?
Later.
7?
We're just one more.
8?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Top of 8.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. 2 more.
I missed one. I'm so disappointed in myself.
I'm so sorry that I stole Priscilla's thunder, that I read that question. I was just so, I needed to read it
needed a little
out.
clarifying. I'm glad you did because we were able to clear it for everyone else. That's good.
Here's a hard one. Okay. TV lingo. What's the name of the area where the director and writer sit and watch monitors?
I made these really hard on purpose because I like to pick on my mom.
Eden, give me a hint.
Okay. Video. And then what's the name for a town that's really small? And it also starts with the same letter as video.
Video venue.
No. Sure.
That's a great guess.
Maybe in some productions.
What is it? Village. Video village.
Video village.
Wow.
I mean, video village. Why am I whispering?
Mom's first podcast.
Video village.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you did make them hard on me.
I sure did.
Okay. What color were the director's chairs we had on set? Black. With gold the middle.
No.
I'm wrong?
They
You're
were
wrong.
dark. It was a dark shade of this
Yeah.
color.
What's like a classic middle color?
Blue.
What's another classic middle color? What's the other one? Because blue is an iconic middle color, but
Green.
yeah, like a hunter green.
Nice.
It was like a hunter green, right?
It was. That's
Yeah.
exactly that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, mother, thank you.
Oh, this was fun. Thanks.
Oh, we're glad
Thank
you could do
you
this. And
so
now,
much.
Eden, I want your mom to come on.
Oh, we'll get her on. She's
Okay.
going to be a different vibe.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't either. We should. I feel like we need both our moms on at the same time, but we'll do
Okay.
individual and then we'll get them.
We'll get them
do
together.
the
I would
crossover.
love to meet your mom. I would
Have you
love
never
to
met?
know who birthed you.
Oh, it will simultaneously. You'll be like, "Wow, her," and also, "Oh, yes, this makes sense. I see it.
Yeah.
I get it now."
Well, love you, mom.
Love you too.
Thanks so much.
Eden, this
Love
was
you so
so
much.
fun. So
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you for being here, Priscilla. You did great, by the way. You didn't ruin
Yes, you did.
anything.
Thanks.
You
Yes.
just
Thanks.
added, just elevated. I love
You
it.
sweet thing. Thank you.
I love Priscilla so much.
And she loves you. She loves you. We spent all morning setting this up, getting the headphones all situated, making sure the mic sounded well, and I think it went really great.
It went fantastic. She was nervous for nothing, as we both
Yep.
knew she would be. The number I was clocking, I love the way she used the word slay. How in the passive she would say, "I was slayed by that." That slayed me. I love her.
My heart and soul.
Okay, fantastic. We have to get both our moms in, no doubt.
Yeah.
But now we're on to a question from a listener, and I'm excited to answer this. So the subject line is my burning question. Hello. First, I'd like to say I am absolutely loving your podcast. Well, thank you. Thanks, Paige. It's so awesome to hear all of the inside stories and your current happenings. I feel like I'm catching up with old friends when Eden shares her parenting stories and Brock talks about his relationship. It brought me so much joy to hear you both are friends in reality, and I can't wait to hear from all the other cast members. Oh my God, I love you already, Paige. I love all the same things that you love. My question is about Sue's jewelry. And boy, do I have some. I think I've got answers for you. I noticed she has a necklace that she wore throughout most of the series. I attached a picture of it for reference. It looks like it might be a charm of a television, ? Do you have any insight as to what its significance was or what the image on the screen is? Eden, did you keep it when the show wrapped? Was there any other jewelry or accessories of Sue's that you specifically remember and liked? Thank you, and please keep making awesome episodes. I look forward to them every week. Paige. Okay, Paige,
I
we
heart
love you.
Paige. I heart Paige, first and foremost.
Hard heart Paige. And I do love this question because it has, I think, a very satisfying answer. It is a kitty, and it doesn't have any significance, but it was an iconic necklace, and it had a name. It was called TV Kitty. And it was one of the few, when I went through cross country phase, it was like one of the most prominent, because it was, one of the only things that wardrobe could contribute, because I had to wear the same sweatshirt every week. And so it was like, okay, let's get TV Kitty in there. And sometimes it'd be like, oh shoot, I forgot to put on my jewelry, like before I go to set. And it was always like, flying in TV Kitty. We gotta grab TV Kitty. And then they'll be like, Eden, like, it's tucked into your sweatshirt. Can you get TV Kitty out? Can we grab TV? We gotta see TV Kitty. So like, I actually can't believe that I was like, nobody notices this. Nobody cares about this. But people do.
People do. And I honestly, that's one that is not seared into my memory. The other one that I think I've been clocking in season 1 already is, it's something also squared, but it almost has like a rainbow in it, right?
Oh yes, it is a rainbow.
Oh, it's just a rainbow. Okay, that's the one I remember the most from you. Well, thank you, Paige, for your question, and thank you for listening. You're so sweet, and I love knowing that you're there anxiously waiting every Wednesday morning when an episode drops.
I know, we love you.
Speaking of episodes coming up, no recap next week, Eden.
Nope.
You,
just
me,
Neil.
And that extra 6.5 feet of Neil Flynn.
Between the three of us, we have about 18 feet of human in that episode.
That's
just you, me, Neil.
Crazy way to describe what's coming up.
Shows where I'm at in the day.
We've got, as always, extended and now ad-free episodes on Patreon, patreon.com/middlingpod.
Please follow us on all socials, DM us your questions, and look for my Kickstarter. Get my Kickstarter. Yes. Give to it. I want to get this show on the road. Actually, I want to get it on the opposite of the road. I want to get it on your TV/computers.
DM us your questions if you have any questions on our socials. And Eden, I have to go. The 5 inches of snow that is bouncing off of my face. I've got to go. Mom and I have to go to the grocery store, and then we have to go watch the Patreon of the episode that just got dropped today.
I love that you as if you didn't spend 12 hours editing it. I love it. Have fun. Tell Priscilla again that I love her so much. And I'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I mean, this is airing after, but it's
Happy Thanksgiving
before
tomorrow.
Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Brock.
Love you. Bye, sweetie.